Hi guys, welcome back to NLTI's official YouTube channel. I am Manish Gupta, the founder of NLTI and currently in my final year at the National School Bangalore. So today we have Raghavendra with us who got an all-India rank of 54 in CLAT, recently concluded CLAT 2026. So Raghavendra, firstly, many congratulations. We are very proud of you. Raghavendra was part of a Super 30 batch and he was mentored by none other than Dushyant. The fun part of it is Dushyant and Raghavendra were batchmates in one point of time, and now Dushyant was the one tasked to mentor Raghavendra throughout his CLAT journey. So, Raghavendra, how did you feel when the CLAT results came out? Were you expecting this rank? I'm sure before the results came out, you must be expecting even a better rank. But after the soaring cutoffs this year and the slightly unexpected results, what was your reaction when the results came
Well,
out?
to be honest, I expected way worse cutoff when I initially gave that. But well, the
Hmm.
first thing after what I did after I was got over with that was Dushyant called me and he broke the ice that you are definitely fucking going to NLS. So well,
Hmm.
my first reaction was hell no, I won't go to NLS. I believe the
Hmm.
cutoff will be 107 and 08, and I could have done a bit more better. But well, I had this surety that I'll get tier one at least, so that is a
Hmm.
way better grade from what I would have got last year. So well, I
Hmm.
thought whatever happens, happens. So yeah, I rolled.
Yeah. तो राघवेंद्र लास्ट ईयर जब तुमने क्लैट दिया था तो व्हाट वाज योर रैंक?
My rank was somewhere around 1675, I believe.
राइट. सो इस साल ऐसा क्या चेंज हुआ, लाइक फ्रॉम बीइंग, आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड सिंसियरली लास्ट ईयर आल्सो, बट दिस ईयर you decided to give it a one more shot, a complete drop year, which is very difficult in itself, difficult choice in itself. You have a lot of mental barriers, mental fights within yourself, कि नहीं ड्रॉप नहीं लेना है, पेरेंटल एक्सपेक्टेशंस, peer expectations. So how did you manage everything in your drop year and what changed specifically from your last year?
Well, I think the major change that you have to make when you are deciding whether to take a drop or not is, first
Hmm.
of all, do you really believe in yourself, whether you can do better, or have you really blundered? You have to be very honest with yourself and very emotionally
Hmm.
self-aware. Do not let your ego drive your decisions. That oh, मेरा कैसे खराब हो गया, मैं मेरा हो नहीं
Hmm.
सकता. So first of all, you have to rationally decide what all went wrong and can you do better the next time. So well,
Hmm.
when I decided the same, I had quite much time in my hand. So I just decided, well, what happened in Claire 2025 was I almost left my whole QT, attempted a single question,
Okay.
and
Mm,
yeah, so it was because of the time and that stupid question in which I got trapped.
mm,
So if I had 5 more minutes, I would
mm,
have at least got NLUJ or whatever. But
mm,
those are technically excuses if you see it.
mm,
So
mm,
the change that I did in my prep was, first of all, is your mindset. You really have to believe in yourself, and you do not let anyone put you down. So,
mm,
additionally, the thing was when I gave Claire 2025, I believe I was in a very bad physical and also mental state. I got a fever a few days back before Claire.
mhm,
So, first of all, last few days, whenever you will give CLAT, you really have to wind down.
mm,
For like, you should meditate, should work out, read some philosophy, watch your favorite movies and stuff, and all.
yeah,
So, that also the main thing when you are going to give the paper is that you do not really have to think much about anything. You do not really have to think about the outcome also. All you have to
mm,
think, it does not matter who you are, but it what does matter is what you will do in the paper. So, and the most thing is,
mm,
do not panic. When I first opened the paper, this CLAT 2026, I saw all the
mm,
sections matched up. It took me 5 to 6 minutes to figure out which section
mm,
is which one. Additionally,
Yeah.
when I was in the CR section, I was, well, where the hell is CR? But well,
Mm.
if I view this from another CLAT aspirant's point of view, he will panic. Oh no, I have not done AI. What the heck will I do? But
Yeah.
what I thought while seeing that AR section was, I think it will be good and it will filter out some competition. I think I can gain a edge if I just do not think about and just do the damn thing. So that is how you have to approach. And also the thing that I changed while my prep was, you do not
Mm.
really have to increase your study hours. You do not have, don't fall into the rabbit hole of studying 10 hours. My average study time was around 4 to 5 to 6 hours, to be honest.
Mm.
So you
Okay.
just have to enjoy life more. Think like that. It does not really matter, and that won't really define who you are. So if you just
Mm.
do it from that point of view, I think you'll perform way better than what you did.
Right. Raghavendra, what do you think about NLTI's role in your preparation? Were we helpful, and how was Dushyant as your mentor? And also tell future aspirants, would you recommend NLTI to people aspiring for or targeting CLAT 27, 28?
Yeah, I think the mentorship game of NLT this year was spot on. Well, I honestly really enjoyed Dushyant's classes. Well, I could debate endlessly with him, and debating always improves your critical reasoning skills. And also, critical reasoning skills will really help you in literally all the sections of CLAT. I'm willing
Mm.
to argue that it will even help you in GK as well. So,
Mm.
and the type of questions that Dushyant and we discussed in the sessions were not the type you will ever find in mocks, and is
Mm.
quite difficult to even scrounge them out of the internet. It will take some time and more time to even
Mm.
get someone who will discuss the same. And when you solve those type of questions, which at first sight you really cannot decipher what option will be the answer and how the heck the other options are incorrect. So when you attempt those questions and then you converse and debate about the options,
Mm.
and suddenly there is an sort of epiphany, or you can say the wheel of the unclarity gets removed, and this really
Mm.
boosts your self belief, and that is the main thing that will help you crack CLAT. Your unconditional self belief helps you crack CLAT, I believe.
Dushyant, what about you? How was Raghavendra as your mentee come friend, a person who was your acquaintance last year but now was your mentee? What did Raghavendra do differently that made him stood out and get this rank?
Yeah, so I've known Raghavendra for the last 3 years almost. Yeah. One thing which I can like definitely point out is that he was always sure that खुद को stress में कभी नहीं डालना है. Like he was just sure of
Mm.
this fact. He has to sustain himself in the process, okay? And never he has to put himself into the any sort of stress, like mental, physical. Like even if you work for 10, 12 hours, definitely you're into some physical stress, right? And he did not think too much, which means he did not like ever take some sort of any emotional burden on himself. You know, people
Mm.
assume responsibility. कि अगर मेरा नहीं हुआ तो all this would happen, all this would follow up. He never thought about it, which I think makes him, a key takeaway from his preparation could be do not think about the paper a lot, and under any circumstances, like whatever happens, never ever take stress in any form.
Yeah. Raghavendra, do you have anything to say to that?
Well, that is quite a good summary of what I just blabbered in last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Raghavendra, so we'll talk about some of your strategies for the exam. Uh, so first talk about the CLAT 26 paper. Tell me your total number of attempts, the score you got, and your reaction when you saw that only analytical reasoning is there in the paper and no critical reasoning.
Yeah, so well, my total number of attempts were around 120 all attempts. And I even
Okay.
attempted that one
Wrong
question which I
question.
knew to be withdrawn, but if in any case consortium does not withdraw the same, I was willing to take
Hmm.
up the gamble. So
Yeah.
my score was 105.25, and my reaction
Hmm.
while seeing AR in place of CR was I did not really think about it. I just
Hmm.
attempted the whole section, and I really found it quite interesting. Anyone who hasn't really prepped for AR can also solve the same if they
Hmm.
don't panic and just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Raghavendra, also, what was your strategy for the verbal sections? English, RC, legal. कहाँ से तुमने read किया? क्या-क्या sources थे तुम्हारे? Do you suggest reading diverse? If yes, which sources to refer to? Which newspaper to refer to? Some foundations and basics of verbal.
Yeah, well, since I was almost preparing for around 2.5 years, so well, I
Hmm.
technically gave CLAT in 11th as well, and I technically cracked it also. So,
Hmm.
well, while I was in 11th, my English was fine. So, what I did in 11th for English was all the basics, first of all, that will help
Hmm.
you. Gain a little edge in comprehension. Like you
Hmm.
can solve Wiley of RC, and also
Yeah.
any compendiums. Although I won't recommend compendiums now because most of them are AI generated. So
Hmm.
that's also with regards to reading. I always read Indian Express newspaper. I think that is spot on, especially the explained section. So,
Hmm.
and when I prepped in 12th, I think I had a good edge in English, and I did not do a single thing for English. And well, that did not hamper anything in my CLAT, but it probably had an effect on AILET. And this year, well, my priorities shifted because I had
Hmm.
been doing almost the same things for the past 2 years. So I thought, let's do something interesting that will keep me going and not make me bored and
Hmm.
burnt out. So I just saw this book called Arun Sharma of English. I solved most
Hmm.
of its specifics and especially the PYQs. Although the CAT PYQs I would not really recommend to a beginner because those are very
Hmm.
hard. You can almost get 8 to 9 wrong out of 19 questions. So do not really worry about it. So
Hmm.
that's pretty much for English part. For CR, I did, last year I did sectionals, but again I was bored of sectionals and stuff. So this time I spammed almost many questions of paragraph based critical reasoning. Those, especially of the GMAT, those are very interesting and it would really boost your CR, I believe, and it would have a more impact in almost all the sections, including English and also legal,
Hmm.
and also sectionals to some extent are good, but GMAT question boosts your logic more, so it would after an extent help more in the section of CR and stuff. So yeah, that's
ठीक है क्यूटी का भी बताई दो राघवेंद्र सब कुछ कवर हो गया है तो टॉक अबाउट क्यूटी आल्सो
yeah. So what I did for QT was it was my Achilles heel basically. That is what
हम्म
stopped me last year. So I really was hell bent on getting
हम्म
my QT straight on the track. So what I pretty much did the same thing what I did for QT last year. I could not
हम्म
while I was attempting CLAT 2025, I could not understand the meaning of house rent allowance was. I was deducting
हम्म
10% from the house rent that was mentioned subsequently in the question. So that took up
हम्म
5 to 6 minutes and I gained no answers. And well, then things messed up and the spillover effect rolled on. So what I did this year for QT was solving caselets from whatever sources you can get. There
हम्म
can be many compendiums. You can also find many sources online. You can solve QT from some mocks or last year mocks, especially the PYQs. Also, well, since I blundered in QT in CLAT
हम्म
2025, so I during the around June to July, I had some nightmares about me missing QT and CLAT 2026. So that really motivated me, and I did all the other all the basics of QT from all the possible chapters that can come, and that really
Hmm.
boosted my confidence in the same. And so it is okay if someone takes a bit more time in solving DS. You will find people who will solve the whole QT section in 10 to 12 minutes. I think
Hmm.
in CLAT I took 20 to 23 minutes in CLAT 2026 to solve QT. So it do not
Hmm.
really be hell bent on worrying about the timing of QT. I think you can manage it if you
Hmm.
can solve it calmly and rationally. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it, Raghavendra, from this interview. We'll obviously hold more such strategy sessions with you in which we can go into detail on how to cover each subject. But for today, I think this is enough. Thank you so much, Raghavendra, for agreeing for this short call, and congratulations. We are so very proud of you, and I will make sure that Dushan gives you a good treat when you come to NLS. Also, you can run after him for all support in extracurricular activities. He has been performing better than me in some aspects.
Looks
Dushyant, the
like it's
context
time
is
to
the
put the
Nego plan.
mental-mentee relationship
Yeah.
in use.
Huh?
Looks like
What?
it's a good time to put the mental-mentee relationship in use.
Yes, yes. Chalo, thank you so much, Dushyant, for doing your job exceptionally well and getting Raghavendra to NLS and producing such many ranks. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And Raghavendra, congratulations, proud of you.
Thanks, thanks.
Thank you.